So in that day, the Lord will take away the glory of their stocks and their bonds and their round tires like the moon. So their stocks, their bonds, and their round tires will be taken away. So that's wild. I mean, these writings are ancient. So I was thinking maybe Isaiah was trying to say that these tires that he saw were not the average chariot wheel, they were more like the moon. So maybe he was trying to describe silver rims, wheels that look more like the moon because they're white or silver. And, that's pretty much all of the vehicles, most of the vehicles that people are driving around today, round tires that look like the moon. So I thought that was pretty bizarre. It says, the daughter of Zion is arrogant and leads the decline into the throat of an open tomb or grave with their seductive and deceptive appearance, leading away, taking quick little steps as they go, and making a tinkling with their feet, or binding at the feet, which is the time period that it's happening, which is now. And then it says, therefore the Lord will smite with a scab the crown of the head of the daughter of Zion and uncover its secret parts. In that day the Lord will take away the glory of their stocks and their bonds and their round tires like the moon. And then it says the 5188, which means pendant. So the pendants, and the 8285, which is the word shirah, which is the same as shore right here, which means body. So it could be saying the pendants of the body, and the 7479, which is veils. So again, the covering, the pendants of the body and the veils will be taken away. And then it says the 6287, which means beauty. So the beauty, and the 6807, which is the feminine of the word Sa'ad. And Sa'ad means to march, but it also means gone, right here. So the beauty gone. Again, no surprise, it keeps saying that over and over. The beauty will be gone. And the 7196 means attire. So the beauty will be gone and the attire. And the word 5315, which literally means the breathing substance or being. So the attire and the breathing substance. Then word number 1004, which means human bodies. So the attire, the breathing substance of human bodies could be what it's saying. And I mean, this is exactly what Genesis 3 describes. The hybrid uses a shaft that makes them beautiful, the forbidden shaft of harmful prosperity. We've talked about that in the links below. And then this is saying the Lord is going to take away the beauty. It will take that technology that they're using away, because we already know they're using the technology to make themselves beautiful. So now it makes sense. That's why the Lord says that technology is going to be taken away. The beauty will be gone. The attire, that covering, the breathing substance of the human body. That's what it's talking about, that technology. And then it says in 3908, which means serpent charming or enchantment. So in Genesis 3, the serpent is the image. Right here, the word itself means image. And also in Revelation, the word for serpent stems from a word that means to appear. So it has to do with an appearance. So here in Isaiah, it's saying the serpent charming So it's talking about that image technology again that they use to make themselves beautiful, the enchantment. So number 3908, the special attire, the breathing substance of the human body, the enchantment. That's what it's talking about here. Then verse 21, the 2885, which means the signet ring as a symbol of authority. So the signet ring, and 639, which means countenance, which again refers to their appearance or look. So the signet ring and the countenance or look. Then the word 5141, which also means ring. So the signet ring and the countenance ring. And then verse 22, the changeable suits of apparel, and the 4595 right here, which is over tunic. And that's defined as a garment, or get this, a covering membrane or tissue. And I mean, everywhere throughout the Bible, it talks about this covering. It refers to it as a garment or a covering. But we know, I mean, we've been able to figure out that it's a technology of some kind. So it says the changeable suits of apparel and the covering membrane and the 4304 cloak. The covering membrane and the cloak, and the 2754 right here, which means money purses. So the word up here, by the way, this word pendants, it's defined as an ornament or electrical fixture, but its Latin origin means to pay. So Isaiah 3:19 can also be referring to their money and their veils of the body. But think about it, if this is a technology that the elites are using, you'd probably have to have a lot of money to be able to use this technology. So the people that are using this technology that makes them more beautiful, maybe it's an electromagnetic field or something that they're using, we'll get into that later, they would have to have a lot of money. So it does make sense that it's saying their money and their veil will be taken away. Their money and this technology that they're using, both will be taken away. So in Isaiah 3:19, it's saying the veils of, it could be saying the pendants of the body and the veils, or it could be saying the veils of the body and the money as well. Because again, in verse 22, it says the covering membrane and the cloak will be taken away, and the money purses. So all of it together. So the Lord will take away the pendants of the body and the veils, or their money and the veils of their body. The beauty will be gone, and the attire of the breathing substance of human bodies, the enchantment, the signet ring and countenance or appearance ring, the changeable suits of apparel and the covering membrane and the cloak and the money purses will all be taken away. And that's in the day of the Lord. And then it says the 1549, which is tablets. So the money purses and the tablets will be taken away. Well, I don't know what the tablets were in Isaiah's time period, but it does tell us that that he's talking about our time period, the last days, the time of the day of the Lord, right around the time of the day of the Lord. So we know that's our time period, because again, Daniel gave a clear history of that. And so in our time period, a tablet is, if you do a Google search for tablet, this is what it brings up right here. It's a type of computer, And it's something that's used on Wall Street. So this text seems to be talking about Wall Street partially because it says, I will take away your stocks and your bonds, your payments, your money purses, and your tablets. There it is right there. I mean, so the tablets will be taken away, and the 5466 right here, the outer garment. So again, that garment, that covering will be taken away, and the hoods and the veils. And then it says, and it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell, there will be stink, and instead of 2290 right here, that means apron or armor. And instead of an apron or the armor, 5364, which means an encircling rope. So instead of the apron or the armor, which is that body covering again, an encircling rope, and instead of well set hair, baldness, and instead of 6614, which is rich or expensive robe, instead of an expensive robe, a girding of sackcloth, and burning instead of beauty. And then it says, thy men shall fall by the sword, and thy mighty in the war. So Isaiah 2, it says, in the last days, in the day of the Lord, right here, the loftiness of man shall be bowed down. The Lord will take away from Jerusalem and from Judah the stay and the staff, the whole stay of bread and the whole stay of water, the mighty man, the honorable man, etc. And I will give children to be their princes, and babes shall rule over them. The people shall be oppressed in that day, the day of the Lord. Jerusalem is ruined. Their doings are against the Lord. They declare their sin and don't even try to hide it, basically. The reward of their own hands shall be given to them. As for my people, they will be dealt with harshly and oppressed, and the Ishah will rule over them. Those that lead them will cause them to err and destroy the way of their path. The princes have eaten up the vineyard. Moreover, the Lord says, because the daughter of Zion is arrogant and leads the decline into the throat of an open tomb or grave with a seductive and deceptive appearance, leading away with quick little steps they go, and making a tinkling with their feet, or binding at the feet. Therefore the Lord will smite with a scab the crown of the head of the daughter of Zion, and the Lord will uncover its secret parts. In that day the Lord will take away the glory of their stocks and their bonds and their round tires like the moon, the pendants of the body and the veils, or the payments and the veils of the body. The beauty will be gone, and the attire of the breathing substance of human bodies will be gone, the enchantment, the signet ring and the countenance ring, the changeable suits of apparel, and the covering membrane, the cloak, and the money purses will all be gone. The tablets and the garments and the hoods and the veils. And it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell there shall be stink, and instead of the apron or armor a circling rope, and instead of well set hair baldness, and instead of expensive robes a girding of sackcloth, and burning instead of beauty. Their men shall fall by the sword, and their mighty in the war. Okay, so I have to stop this video here. For the next part, just click on the link below.